AFTV, I just noticed here, look. Adidas. He's still got the tags on him as well. Did you buy that? Yeah, Adidas.
Did I buy
yeah, hold
it?
on, let me make an appeal. Let me make an appeal for you, man.
Why else did we not buy it? Where else am I going to get it?
Adidas, if you don't know this, bro, man, look at it. From head to toe.
No, he's kind. Sorry,
From head to toe, Adidas, man. Is that Adidas? Don't say Adidas.
No, these ain't
They
Adidas.
got 4 stripes on them. Right, they ain't Adidas. Adidas, hook him up with some trainers, man. Adidas, no, come on, man. Hook up this, bro. If there's anybody, I see all these people that they got Adidas got sponsoring it. This man, he should be the first man you hook up. He always wears all the gear.
And Robbie as well.
No, don't worry about me. I'll buy it. You right? Hook up this brother here, right? Right, now listen. Listen.
I hope you could buy me something.
I'll buy it, man. I'll buy it. They don't give me nothing free. Right? I'll buy it. Right, listen, right? What did you make of it today? The new boy on display, Ceballos, some of the young players, Reece Nelson,
Eddie,
you know, but also a bit of the same old problems as well in defence. What did you make of it?
Well, you know me, I don't panic. I think we'll be fine as long as we sort things out. It's a makeshift defence. There's no Hector. There's no Rob there coming in. We obviously need another defender, and we bought William Saliba, and he's gone on loan. But I think...
How does that make sense? We desperately need a centre-back. We go and buy one for £27 million and then we give him back. I mean, come on, man. Does that make sense?
Well, it's probably the stipulation in the deal. They probably said that if you're going to sign him, then we want him back for another season. So it's either...
We need it now, though.
No, we do need it now, but we're going to have to make...
And you say makeshift defence, but basically that's what we're going to start the season with, isn't it, at the moment? Because Rob Holding, he's not played any game pre-season. Hector Bellerin's not played any game pre-season as well. So they're obviously, both of them are far off. They've had no pre-season, really. They've just been jogging up and down, but they've not played a competitive game.
No, it's true. But then, would we be talking about if we put away our chances? We wouldn't be talking about the defence, would we?
Sorry?
Would we be talking about if we put away our chances? We should have. We should have got a second. Eddie should have had a hat-trick. But there's things to worry about. But to me, as long as we sort things out, I think we'll be fine. Obviously, we have a tough start, but we're looking for hopefully to beat Newcastle. And
what do you make of this? You know, Nicolas Pepe linked to Arsenal. That would be a very exciting signing. Would that excite you?
It would excite me, and it's interesting. It's come left field again, because I won't name the channels, but all the channels seem to know all our business. But once again, it's only BBC are the only ones that knew. So once again, everybody...
No, but hold on. Wait, even David Ornstein, right? Eves as well. I've seen a lot of that. He as well, at the start of the window, he said he's one of the first people to say we got 45 million pounds to spend.
Yeah, but...
So, you know, so he as well.
No, but David Ornstein's different. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about other big channels who seem to be in everybody's dressing room. I'm not talking about David Ornstein because he obviously knows more. But I'm talking about because all we were hearing is that we're after Zaha. But nobody knew that was after Pepe, apart from him and BBC. So it's just interesting. It would be nice if he does come. I would have liked Zaha as well because he's apparently a gooner, but it's what it is with the...
Pepe or a world-class defender? Which one would you rather?
That's what somebody asked me that question, and you and someone else, and I'd probably be greedy and say I want 2, but if I was pushed on
only one.
Are you going to make me start singing 6 million? Choose one. Arsene Wenger? What's Arsene Wenger got to do with it? What's he got to do with it? Anyway, so...
Come on, man, only one.
Only one. Yeah, but you're going to push me. It'd have to be a defender.
Okay. Nicolas Pepe or a defender?
Definitely a defender. We need a centre-back. Nobody's come up with any names.
There's not no top-class centre-back available, and you can go and get a guy like Nicolas Pepe, wouldn't you?
I'd love Nicolas Pepe here. He scored 22 goals for Lille last season, and he had loads of assists. He is a man who can bring the ball forward and has an end product. I'm worried about Arsenal because we have a problem selling players. We don't sell players that we need to sell. I took action into my own hands and organised a kidnap. But, I didn't bank on Serge Kalashnik being there. The plan was to get Ozil to China, right? But my man comes out, fucking has a go, like, you know what I mean? Now, right? Now, all I'm going to say is...
That ain't funny, right? It is funny,
You know what I mean? Now, listen, all the fans of Ozil, just come back 12 months now. He's going to have 5 good games in a year, and the rest he's going to be missing.
What are you picking on Ozil for? He's had a good pre-season. He's looked very sharp in pre-season, right? He looks to me, when I was out on the tour, you know, I don't know, there was a look about him that... There's a, hold on.
He got that £350 contract as well, 350 grand contract. He's a sometime player. Sometimes he will turn it on.
What I'm saying is, in the pre-season, he looked like a guy to me that's like, I've got something to prove this season. And maybe bringing in people like Ceballos and that might push him.
Contract coming up.
I will apologise in 12 months' time if this guy has half a good season. I'll come back and apologise on AFTV. Right? I am saying to you, there are 6 players, and we should do this priority. There's other players who they've got to have a big season this year. But the ones who I would have loved to see go, Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Mustafi. Also, after his display in this thing, Koscielny, I'm so disappointed in him. And Monreal, he's been good for us, but his age, you know. But bringing Tierney in, I don't know how it's going to work with Kalashnik, Tierney and Monreal. So we've got to start selling the players. Then we'll free up some cash and then we can get the other players in. So
I'm going to get Kolasinac on you. Yeah. Right. What about you? Nicolas Pepe or a top quality centre back?
So I was looking at this morning, and then you look at it now, and Lacazette went off. I've seen more about it. He's now got a protective thing around his leg. So that could be crucial to our season. He said to the journalists out there in the mix zone that he'll be back, you know, for the next game and everything like that. I think again, Angers in France. But at the same time, you can't rely on that. But then, obviously, you look at today, our defence is awful. We still got the same problems as last season. Hate to be negative, but it's still there. You can see it. Chambers was playing for Fulham last season. You can see he's just not ready yet. You can see Socrates is probably the only one I can actually trust in that defence right now. And that's probably why I'm turning more towards a defender than an attacker, because as much as I'd like to spend, 72 odd million pounds on Pepe, it's just the fact that we need a defender before we need an attacker. And obviously, if he comes in, I'll be buzzing. I'll be raring to go for the season because we're actually showing some ambition. But we're just showing the ambition in the wrong positions, and we need to improve the defence before the attack.
My man, he's come all the way from Norway, yeah? Right? Nicolas Pepe, £72 million, 22 goals last season, terrorising defence, one of the most sought after wingers in the whole of world football right now, or a top quality defender?
A top quality defender, all day. I think it's more important. You see that we're struggling in defence with Mustafi and Socrates. I think that they are good players, but they're not, or especially Mustafi, he's not up to the level. And on your video previously, you mentioned something about negotiations with Rugani. That was the happiest day of my life, man.
But is it? Sometimes I look on Arsenal's defence and I'm like, I look at other defences, yeah? And I'm like, these guys are not rubbish. You could take some of these guys and you could put them into some other teams. Is it the way we're defensively set up, the way we're organised, that we like that second goal today? I saw that a lot last season, where on the counter attack, we're playing so high up. We got to think about the manager here and say, are you organising this team defensively right as well? Because, why is it Brighton and Burnley and all these little teams can, they can hold out a whole game sometimes, just lock it down 0-0, or you can beat them, but it's so hard to break them down. Surely their defenders are not that much better than, these are international guys.
Yeah, I know. It's like DT said last season. It's like you see they're often coming out at us from the wings. Like, we're not good on the sides. And then they cross it in, and Mustafi's not tough enough to get the ball.
Well, the first goal, remember, Mustafi weren't on. Yeah, exactly. And that's what they did. They crossed it from...
Sticks on the back line, and there it is.
Pepe, or a centre back?
I don't know. Like, I think it's going to be like a proper defender, a proper like centre back. So I think we need like, because obviously like, our defence is. I don't want to swear, like our defence is crap. So I think like a good defender. Yeah. Pepe's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's defence we need at the moment. Or there's another option. You can buy me if he likes.
No. Right. Who's going to come through? Nicolas Pepe. Right.
Yeah.
Or a centre back.
Nicolas Pepe, straight up. Nicolas Pepe. No, I don't. We can fix the defense maybe in January or something. But when a player like Nicolas Pepe, you watch him go to Napoli or something, it's going to be difficult to get a player like that. So you buy him now, and maybe in January you can buy another defender or something. Yeah, and I think the defense actually is not to do with the defenders. Actually, I feel like it's the midfield. So the midfield is more porous, so it allows more balls to the defense. If you had someone like Dokore from Everton or something, from Watford, right, and he was in the defense, I think he's going to stop so many balls from going to the defense actually. So I feel like it's not a problem with the defense actually, it's just a problem with the midfield. And they don't give instructions to Xhaka or Torreira that you have to be a CDM, you have to be a 6, like you are not moving forward. That's what I feel like Emery should do. Like he should give them instructions that you are a CDM, you are not helping in attack or something. You just have to stay there, so you have to block or you have to deflect some of the pressure from the defense actually. So that's what I feel.
Okay, so there it is. Personally, I still love to see Nicolas Pepe come in because I think it would be, I agree with you, it'd be an exciting signing. Yeah. But then on the other hand, I hear what them other guys are saying because we got to sort this defence out, man. If we ship 50 odd goals, was it 51 last season, Ty? 51 goals last season. Don't worry about if we should. No, we shouldn't have ended up fourth. Any team that ships 51 goals don't deserve to get fourth. We got to sort out the defence, whether it's with the defenders that we have and we're a more defensively structured team and organised, or what I still would prefer to see is us go out there and buy a proper centre back, like a commanding centre back, a leader, not like the last leader who refused to go on the tour. I forgot to ask you about that. I know you're always defending all these players. What do you made of that? Kashoni.
Is there anything wrong with defending our players?
No, you always defend them. So what did you make of that?
I thought it's disappointing. Cole was
disgraceful.
It is disgraceful. It's disgraceful, and he needs to go. He needs to go, but I don't agree with him.
He needs to go. Wow. So you heard it here from Ty. Jesus. I hear it. If Ty said he needs to go, he needs to go.